Hi guys, this is Ratchet and we are playing Criminal Case, Supernatural Investigations, Case 26, Death at the Funeral. Yeah, this time a guy came back to life using something supernatural and not by being... well, anyway. Yeah. Katarina, we have a problem. I stepped out of the church for a minute to check on Tilly. And when I got back, Larry was being mobbed by the funeral guests. Oh man, Katarina, we better go and save him. Yeah, a guy came back to life and you're not happy about it? Larry, please. My arthritis flare-ups are terrible. And my aching just won't go away. What's going on here? They've convinced us that I got magical healing powers. All because I came back from the dead. Oh boy. Let us touch you. Alright, listen up everybody. We are cops. And if you don't stop hassling Mrs. Zaros, we'll take all of you into custody. Phew. Thanks for that, Katarina. And since you're here, I might have a lead. I overheard some of the guests talking, and apparently my wake took place at Barry's house. You might want to take a look. Thanks for the tip-off. Katarina, let's search Bernice's house. What, you came back to life and suddenly you're Jesus? Well, Jesus... I think everything is just the same. Jesus was also resurrected. And now suddenly this guy has healing powers. Just like Jesus. So, this is Barry's house, Katarina. It's still set up for Larry's wake from this morning. I can't imagine how the guests feel. It must be a roller coaster of emotions, mourning someone only for them to come back to life a few hours later. And now a whole new set of people will be mourning Barry's death. And they deserve answers only we can give them. Let's put those broken pieces back together before we look through those cushions. Okay. Alright, we're gonna look through the cushions first. Boxers. Ugh! I don't want to touch them. Katarina, what the heck were these boxers doing under all those cushions? Let's just get the boxers to Priya. She'll tell us who they belong to. Well, I could just take a sample myself, but I don't want to know what's on the boxers. Alright. Let's restore this, whatever that is. Oh, right. Rest in peace, Larry. But why was it broken? This is to be a sculpture of Larry, Katarina. It's a pretty tacky gift for a wake. Whatever happened to just giving flowers? Anyhow, apparently it came from someone called Marilyn. If she was here, she must have met the victim. Let's question her. Okay. Hold on, why do you look like... Why do you look like Gwen for all of a sudden? Excuse me, are you Marilyn? That too. Excuse me, my behavior is terrible today. It must be the flowers at Laris's funeral that set me off. Looks like I'll have another funeral to attend soon, too. I can't quite wrap my head around the fact that Barry's gone. He always seemed larger than life, you know. So you were close to both Larry and the victim? That's right. Barry and I have been next door neighbors for years. And since Bernice was like Larry's second home, we became friends too. Anyway, I must go offer my condolences to Bernice's daughter. She must be heartbroken. Yeah, she seemed to be when we questioned her. Whose boxers are these? And please don't tell me how you figure it out. Hey Katarina, Tilly here has been helping me keep an eye on Hope. She's not awake yet, but hopefully she'll come around soon. Nice one, Tilly Winks. Now, run along, cause we got adult stuff to talk about. So, did you manage to ID the owner of those boxer shorts we found at the victim's house, Priya? I sure did. Thanks to the presence of skin cells on the boxers, I could tell you that they belong to Larry Zarus. What? Larry Zarus? What are his boxers doing stuck behind a bunch of cushions at Barry's place? It's time for another chat with Larry, Katarina. Yeah. What were you doing if your boxers were there? Oh, hey Katarina. Did you check out my wake? I heard some of the guests complain that Barney skimped on the canopies. Apparently there were no prayers in Latin at the funeral either. My brother and I are fluent, so I wouldn't expect it. Mr. Zarus, we need to stop you there. Can you explain what your boxers were doing on Barry's porch? Oh, you found those? Well, I guess there's no longer any need to keep it a secret. I was having an affair with Barry's wife, Clarissa. Oh! Jonathan told me she was heartbroken by my death. Apparently, she had to check herself into a wellness retreat in Hawaii to hide her grief from Bernie. I wouldn't wish what happened to Bernie or anyone, but now Clarissa and I can finally build a life together. How convenient, especially since nobody can attest to the fact that you really were lying dead in the morgue all this time. And now we know you have the perfect motive and alibi to have killed Bernie. Katarina, another look around the cemetery should shed more light on Bernie's murder. Let's go. Yeah. Oh, hold on, I'm not unlocking the new crime scene. What? Okay. No wonder you didn't show the zoomed in picture of the crime scene. Alright, I'm gonna search it again. Don't know why this one and not unlock the new crime scene. Or is it going to repeat the same thing as it was in the last case in Criminal Case Traveling Time? Oh, an urn. Whoa, check out this drawing, Katarina. That's our victim. Dead. And the music stopped playing due to a glitch again. And there's something scrawled next to the drawing. Tell anyone and you'll end up like this. This is clearly a threat against our victim's life, Katarina. Collecting a sample of that substance might lead us to the culprit. And this locked container has a weird design. It seems to be a cat paw rising from the ground. You mean a cat? Cat's ashes are in there? You're right, this container could have something to do with Laris's resurrection. Let's get it unlocked. Okay. Okay, music is playing back again. Okay, let's collect something from the thread. So whoever it is had a huge grudge against Bernie. Now the question remains, was it professional or personal? Did it have something to do with his job or something in family and friends? Let's get that sample from a threatening drawing under the microscope. Oh, I'm going to analyze it myself. Alright, that means I'm going to get a suspect and not a part of a killer's profile. I just know how it goes in criminal case. Alright, what's going on? Why is it so slow for right now? Pills? What? This strange container contains some pills, Katarina. Could this be hay fever pills from our killer? Priya will know. Let's send the container to her. Okay. Why would the pills be in an urn? Alright, Priya, you tell us what these pills are for. It is connected to internet, but it's also slow. Why? I better check the internet speed after I finish with this part. Embalming fluid. What's that? Katrina, this liquid you collect from that drawing is embalming fluid. Only one person we met would be in contact with embalming fluid. The funeral director. But what would Baragor or Lomax have done this drawing of Bernie? Let's find out. Something. I can't even pronounce your name, dude. Mr. Lomax, can you explain why you drew Bernie in a coffin? Heh, where'd you find that? Look, man, I'll be honest with you. This funeral director business ain't easy. I had to invest in a bunch of Latin classes just to be able to follow the services, and keeping my allergies at bay cost me a fortune in hay fever beds because there are flowers literally everywhere. Sometimes I cut a few corners to keep my head above water, so sue me. So Bernie had discovered you were cutting corners? Is that it? He learned that I was reusing coffins. I'm not proud of it, but once all the guests have gone, I dig up the coffin and rebury the body without it. And then I reuse the coffin for the next burial. What? It would have sounded a death knell for my funeral parlor if word had got out. That's why I sent Bernie that drawing. If we learn you went further than just threatening Bernie, it'll cost you more than your business, Mr. Lomax. What are these bills for? Hey Priya, any updates on Hope? Is she awake yet? Nope, Sleepy Beauty is still snoozing. Being used as a key to open the Demon Queen's cage must have really taken it out of her. Anyway, demon problems aside, I'm sure you want to hear about the container you sent me. I can confirm that the pills were hay fever medication. I checked with Ben, and they matched the brand found on your victim's fingernails. So, that container definitely belongs to our killer. Yep, and according to Felix, the container itself is a clue. Let's hear it, Felix. Hey guys, Priya had me give this container a once-over, and I recognized the design immediately. It matches the cover of the classic 80s horror novel written by Kevin Big, Animal Graveyard. I did a bit of research, and this container was given away with a special collector's edition of the book. Katarina, your killer is a fan of Animal Graveyard. So, our killer has read Animal Graveyard, have they? They have plenty of time for reading in prison. And you're right, Katarina. Berger and Lomax mentioned Animal Graveyard earlier. I'll note it down. Animal Graveyard as in Pet Sematary by Stephen King. Katarina, let's recap. We came here to dig up the body of the chief's wife, Lily Arrow, because the Demon Queen, who is now free, looks exactly like her. We need to establish whether it's just an illusion or whether she's actually occupying Lilith's body. But first we need to figure out who murdered Bernie Silverman with a poison pie. We know that Larry, the victim's business partner who rose from the dead, was having an affair with Bernice's wife. Larry insists he lay dead in the morgue between the car accident and the burial, meaning that he couldn't have poisoned Bernie. But can we trust him? Well, how could he have poisoned him if he was dead? And then there's the funeral director, who threatened Bernie after he uncovered his unsavory business practices. Katrina, you need to come quickly! It's the chief. He says he's seen his wife. What? Where? Are demons already there, or... Alright, we're gonna stop here. We're gonna continue playing in chapter 3. So, thank you for watching. Don't forget to leave a like to this video, and I'll see you again. Goodbye!